it's amazing that email marketing started being very basic as far as just text emails and all that. And then after that, it kind of went through a little bit of a downturn where people say, "Oh, email marketing is dead."
Yeah, I was going to say. I remember a few years ago, people were saying, it's dead. Email's dead. No one does email marketing anymore."
Right. People started getting very annoyed with so many emails and unsolicited emails and all that stuff. And then it kind of cleaned up itself. And people actually started to be able to opt in or out of emails in a very easy way with the new, well, it wasn't new, but the Congress enacted the what's called the CAN spam law, and which basically made email marketers and email marketing systems use a specific method to allow people to one-click and subscribe and all these other things. Of course, we still get a lot of spam, and sometimes it's uncontrollable because it comes from foreign countries and all that. But as far as the legit email marketing from companies that are actually letting their consumers or prospective consumers know about upcoming events, news, and products and things like that, I think it's working very well, and it has survived. It has adapted and survived different stages of the internet.
There's two parts to email marketing. Because we're doing the overrated, underrated, and I wanted to talk about direct selling, which is the one that I think everybody gets spammed with, which is constant offers and 20% off this, Black Friday that. And then there's the more I called it like newsletter, but it doesn't have to necessarily be a newsletter, but kind of basically the non-selling marketing emails. I think the direct selling marketing emails are at this point kind of overrated because especially because every website these days asks for your email, and you put in your email, and I think a lot of people now, including myself, have like a second email they use just for all that crap. Right. And I go to that account, and it's like, especially on big like holiday time, oh my god! I mean, I was getting 30 to 50 emails a day of just offers and stuff, and that doesn't mean that you can never do that, but like, I mean, there were companies that we're sending 4 or 5 emails a day, and it's like, leave me alone, okay? Don't send me
Some people just overdo it, and even when you go to unsubscribe, they even have an option saying, would you like to receive fewer emails or only emails with offers or only emails with information? So they give you a few options as far as what kind of emails you want to get.
The worst is the ones who sign you up for like 5 different email lists from the same company, and when you unsubscribe, you're so subscribed to the other ones, and I have to unsubscribe. Like, that should be totally illegal. I hate that so much.
Yeah, that's like a little loophole in the rules that they say, okay, you unsubscribe from this one, but not from the other ones, and you get another one, and it's like, wait a minute, didn't I just unsubscribe from this, and then they send you another one and say, oh no, you unsubscribe from the offers, but not from the deals or whatever. So,
but for direct selling, I think it's a little overrated now, because I think just sending an off, I would just be much more limited. This is when it gets into like more tactical of how you set up your email flows. Like, you can send it to people who, if someone has maybe gone to your site and abandoned cart, then maybe sending them 1 or 2 emails with an offer is a good tactic. But just sending everybody on your list a dozen offers in a row is not a good tactic anymore.
Right. No, definitely you need to select your audience. And when it comes to e-commerce specifically, you know that segmenting your audience, which is what we do for most of our clients, is the critical part, not only to get more ROI in the particular email effort, but also to get fewer unsubscribes, because you are selling people or sending emails to people that actually are interested in a particular product or service and not anything else, and following up with them in a good way. So segmenting your email marketing to people that abandon the cart in a certain way, in a certain process, or read an article but then didn't finish it, or things like that, versus just sending, oh, we're going to remind everybody about this, and everybody's going to buy this, or everybody's going to, you cannot just basically do like one size fits all anymore. You need to start a little bit of a wide shotgun approach, and then start narrowing it down to segment your email content and information to whichever group is interested in each particular product or service.
So I think just like you said, the shotgun approach of just blasting out offers constantly is definitely overrated. I think that's the fastest way to get lots of people to unsubscribe. And not only that, I think there's this idea that I've seen people talk about where they call it like subconscious filtering when you're like,
Right.
it's no different than like when you're scrolling through social media. You subconsciously will scroll really fast past ads.
Right.
And it's the same thing when I open an email, my email, and I see like immediately, if I see like a percentage sign in the subject line, I just scroll past it. I don't even look at it. I just delete it right away.
Not only that, I mean, sometimes you don't even look at it. When you see
Right.
the sender, you already have this negative
Right,
connotation
exactly.
to the sender and say, okay, it's another offer that I'm tired of receiving, and you just delete it.
But that can work in your favor on the other side. Whereas if you're on the newsletter side, again, I'm calling it newsletter, but it's anything that's not selling, that's just providing some type of value through email. I think that's really underrated. Even though a lot more people and companies are doing that now, I still think that the amount of newsletter emails I get versus the amount of selling emails I get is like 10 to 1, basically. And I think that balance should be much more. And that's going to be a theme of this podcast, where I think direct selling should be held only for the perfect circumstances. And I'm encouraging more and more of our clients to do less and less direct selling all the time, because you want to keep it for when it's the right moment, the right occasion. Like I said, like, okay, if this person has gone to your site twice and then abandoned their cart, then maybe it's the right time. But if they just signed up for your newsletter, don't just start spamming them with offers. That's like the fastest way I unsubscribe from something is when I sign up for a newsletter and then I get offers all the time. It's like, okay, leave me alone. So direct selling emails, I think overrated. Newsletters, still underrated, even though more people are doing them now. I think it's still underrated.
And obviously, the critical factor when you do marketing via email marketing, obviously, is that you need to be able to track whatever happens with your email when you send it, obviously, to people. And I can see the companies that I receive emails from, who's doing it right and who's doing it wrong. I sometimes get an email with an offer, and I actually like the offer. I like to learn more about the offer, so I click on the Learn More button or whatever, and it takes me to the website, and I review the website, and then I leave. And then I get another email a little bit later saying, hey, you left our website. Are you still interested in this product or this service? And I was like, okay, I mean, I'm not, obviously, because I left the website for a reason, but it's good email marketing. It's the one that they track me and they say, okay, this person clicked on this link. They know it's me. I went to the website. I clicked on information about their service or something, and then they follow up with me directly about what I was looking into.
Right. No, that definitely does work.
So it does work, and I tell you that because it happened a few times lately with like we do a lot of Amazon marketing and all that stuff, and obviously for that reason we get a lot of inbound emails from other Amazon marketing companies that want to team up with us. So sometimes I'm interested in the topic and I click and see, let's see how these guys are tracking this or offering this service, and so it's an email that interests me because it's something that we do for a living. And then I click on to check out their websites and their rates and what they offer and all that stuff. And then I get another email, a little more personalized, saying, hey, we know that you were through a website and you were interested in this. Would you like more information or set up a call or something? And that's okay, because sometimes I'm thinking, first of all, email marketing done right. And secondly, maybe I do want to follow up with these guys, as opposed to me sending a form and then who knows when they reply to you or things like that. So that's marketing done
Selling in
properly.
general, and especially email marketing, is just very context dependent. You have to know when to send the right email at the right time, and there's definitely an art to that. And the companies that do it right are very, very successful. But the problem is that I think a lot of companies don't spend enough time thinking about their email marketing, and that's why it ends up being so spammy. But the companies who really spend a lot of time thinking about it and planning it, I think do much better.
Right, and that's why you see now that obviously when back in the days when email was new and you received an email, it was like the open rate was like almost 100%. Every email you received, you were opening just because you were curious, and now the open rate, I mean, you get like a 10%?
Totally depends on what it is. On a newsletter, that's the other reason why newsletters are great. Like we send out newsletters, and our e-commerce weekly newsletter gets, it depends obviously, but on average probably a 40+% open rate.
Right.
Versus like a marketing email. Yeah, I mean, if you get 10% on a marketing email, that's pretty good.
And that's just the open rate. Then the click-through rate on links that you have through the email, that's even lower. But those are the numbers, basically. All right,
Speaking of high open